The affair then, because up until to this point, Ikhwan, something had reached Nimrud, but his affair was just somebody's creating dissension in the ranks. Yeah, and somebody deal with him, and they decided to build a fire, khalas. But as far as the affair actually reaching Nimrud, the king, as a issue that we should really give some concern, it was after his exit from the fire that the affair of Ibrahim became something now that the head of state had to pay attention to. And so he decided to call upon Ibrahim, in order to finish his rubbish once and for all. And his man is a problem within the state, causing all types of issues among the subjects. We have to deal with this problem. And so he called upon Ibrahim in order to debate him. Of course, he's intellectually superior to him. He's a notable, he's a ruler, he's a leader. And so, which is ordinarily the case, that they would always consider themselves intellectually superior. This guy is calling to khalas. We call him, bring whoever wants to be here, and I'm going to discuss and debate with him. And so, as Allah Azza wa Jal informs us of that in the Quran, Alam tara ila alladhi haja Ibrahim fi rabbih an atahu Allahu al-mulk. Have you not seen the one who attempted to debate with Ibrahim? Does he realize who he's debating with? Does he realize who he's dealing with? وَتِلْكَ, we didn't hear yesterday, وَتِلْكَ حُجَّتُنَا آتَيْنَاهَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ عَلَى قَوْمِهِ نَرْفَعُ دَرَجَاتٍ مَنْ نَشَاءُ. That this was our hujjah, will give our proof and our hujjah to whomsoever we will from among the people. آتَيْنَاهَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ. We gave it to Ibrahim. Allah Azza wa Jal blessed then Ibrahim with hujjat qawiyya. وبراهين Matina, proofs and evidences, ikhwan, that regardless of how intellectually astute you may believe yourself to be, you're not ready for Ibrahim. And so he decided, ala kulli hal, let's deal with him. And atahu Allahul mulk. And so Ibrahim, a simple debate, and as we mentioned, ikhwan, there's a nice benefit within this debate for the people of Sunnah generally. From the qawaid and from the principles of debate, ayyuhal ikhwatul kiram, is that when one establishes and has a debate or enters into a debate with an individual, from the first of the things that you should do early, and it's not that we encourage debate, but from the first of the things that you should do, if you were to so much as be tried by being in that situation, from the first of the things that you do, ikhwan, is establish agreed upon premises. We establish agreed upon premises. Before we get into the issue, let us agree upon a couple things. Off the back of those agreed upon premises, we can debate, we can argue, we can talk. And that depending upon what the issue is, we agree upon that. And so we may say, matalan, do we agree, first and foremost, that we're going to use the book of Allah is our evidence? You agree? Khalas. We agree that the sunnah, the authentic sunnah, is our evidence. The sunnah is our evidence. Now, we agree only the authentic sunnah we're going to use. We agree? Now, we agree upon ijma, the consensus, in particular consensus of the Sahaba. Can we agree upon these principles? Whatever other principle is important to the debate, let us reach a point of agreement early. Once we agree upon those premises, we can debate off the back of them. Because we always have that to return back to. Didn't we agree that the book of Allah and the sunnah is going to be our premise and our foundation? Didn't we agree upon ijma? Didn't we agree upon that? So the premise and the established premises are utilized and are important within a debate. And Ibrahim alayhi salatu salam, the simple debate that he had with Nimrud is a beautiful example of that. Al-Imam Ibn Kathir, then he discusses this debate and he mentions, rahimahullah ta'ala, that he mentions the ayah, إِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبِّيَ الَّذِي يُحْيِي وَيُمِيتُ. When Ibrahim said to him, رَبِّيَ الَّذِي يُحْيِي وَيُمِيتُ, Ibrahim said that indeed my Lord is the one that gives life and takes life. My Lord is the one that gives life and takes life. Nimrud, in response to him, he said, "Wa ana uhyi wa umit," and I give life and take life. And he called for someone who was destined to be killed for some crime, set him free. Brought somebody who was innocent, killed him. Give life and take life. Ana uhyi wa umit. The fact that he made that statement is agreement upon the premise that whomsoever possesses rububiyyah, lordship, yani gives life, takes life, arranges the affairs within creation, yani has possession and ownership, because he believed, called for rububiyyah for himself, and he believed that he owned the dunya. And so whoever gives life, takes life, has ownership, has rububiyyah, then he is the one who is deserving to be worshipped. And so he said, Ana uhi wa umit. Ana uhi wa umit. And so khalas. Yani, got you. If you agree then that the one who possesses rububiyyah is the only one that is to be worshipped, فإن الله يأتي بالشمس من المشرق فأت بها من المغرب. Yani, so that first stage, Ibrahim probably, it overwhelmed his suspicions, possibly, that he would respond with something like that. خلاص فإن الله يأتي بالشمس من المشرق فأت بها من المغرب. Then my Lord Allah brings the shams, is the one that causes the sun to rise from the east. You cause it to rise from the west. فبهت الذي كفر. And so overpowered and destroyed was the one who disbelieved. You agreed to the premise. And so his argument was destroyed. And one of the signs of the destruction, or a person is completely finished in debate, and there are certain signs. We'll look at them in another debate that is coming with another one of the prophets. But one of the signs that Ahl al-Ilm mentioned, that a person is overpowered, there are a number of signs. From them is laughter. He debates with the man, you drop a pint on him. All right, what's the thing to that? And he responds by saying, look, I mean, you got him, you finish. Look, well, I see the point that you're trying to make, and but you have no response. Another one of the manners is silence. And of course, that's one of the most embarrassing of the methods of overpowering a person in argumentation. You debate with him, you drop a point on him, ask him to respond, and the only thing he does is just stares at you with a stupid stare, which is usually the case, just a stupid looking stare. Rather than, but 9 times out of 10, you will find, rather than accept and say, look, to be honest with you, I didn't even see that. I didn't really fair play. Usually, shaitan comes to them, overpowers them, and causes them to be arrogant and to reject. Even after they recognize they actually have zero response. The humble will, even if he does laugh, even if he does have that smile, he'll laugh and say, to be honest with you, that's a very good point. Yes, admit, accept it. Yeah, okay, that's a very good point. I didn't really think of that. But to laugh, to smile, and then to continue with rejection, this is where the mushkila lies. And that is what occurred with Nimrud. So Nimrud, after recognizing he couldn't respond to Ibrahim, continued with obstinate rejection, and the rest of the people that were present continued with obstinate rejection, and no one followed Ibrahim other than a few. Some mention one woman and one man, and that one woman was Sarah, and the one man was Lut alayhi salatu wassalam, his nephew,